Hello everyone, it's Stray Faye here with another episode of Variable Barricade. Alright, we finished chapter 1, I guess technically 2 chapters. We have gotten into this absurd situation as Hibari, a high school student and heiress to the Chojo name. Not sure what they do, they're just a really rich family, and her grandfather has forced her into a situation where she has to pick one of 4 suitors, and they are entirely unsuitable. They are entirely unsuitable suitors. We have very strange personalities that we're dealing with. You don't know that much about them other than like the vague profiles that they gave us, but like one of them is suspected of marriage fraud, one of them is a gambling addict. One of them's a natural-born kept man. Like, it's just... maybe he's like a gold digger, or like he just lives off, whoever he's living with. And then we have the walking debt generator. Those 4 wonderful candidates set to be one of our husbands. Alright, so... interview with the suitors. Let's select this on the barricade board. This is like a unique way where they like progress chapters in this game. 4 eccentric suitors. No better way to get to know them than through interviews. Let's do this. Play this event. He's having nightmares. It was like a rough... It's like that. All that happened in just like one day. Oh, is it the next day? The school? Oh, that's right. Summer vacation had ended. Then, on the way home... Oh, flashback. Miss Hibari Tojo! Sorry this is so sudden. If we could cut right to the chase. Ready? Set? Please marry me! That's right, they like waited outside an all-girls school to ambush her. Yes, they suddenly proposed to me. And I... Nope. The heir to the Tojo family fortune. If I could get my hands on her, I would be set for life. I'd never have to work again. Wait, what are you trying to? Yen. Marry for money. That's what it seems like. They all seem to have monetary issues. What? Ha 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 ha. No! Oh. It was just a dream, a nightmare. This is a nightmare. Good morning, Miss Hibari. Is something the matter, miss? You look awfully pale. It's nothing. I'm fine. I just had a nightmare, that's all. Ah, morning, Hibari. And what a lovely morning it is, too. Good morning. I was starting to wince automatically whenever one of the suitors drew near. Shion didn't seem to notice. Smiling beautifully, he leaned forward to look into my eyes. What? You slept poorly, yes? You need to take better care of yourself. It wouldn't do to blemish your lovely skin. He reached up and gently brushed the corner of my eye. Startled, I jumped backwards. Wait, what? Wait, Nayuta? Jeez, you surprised me. Is something wrong? No, I'm sorry. Good morning, Yagami. Like Light Yagami. Also, it's kind of confusing with the names. I have to kind of memorize all the Japanese names. Usually, like, the names are, like, color-coded in a lot of the games, but now, like, everyone's just blue. And Hibari is just red. Good morning. Wow, this is so cool. I actually get to greet Hibari first thing in the morning. I almost can't believe it. Indeed, I agree. The hell are you all doing standing there like lumps? Quit blocking the door, would ya? Oh, morning, Taiga. Check it out. It's the most awesome thing. See? See? Hey! Yagami excitedly grabbed me by the shoulders and shoved me in front of Isurugi. Huh? All I see is you being stupid loud at a stupid early hour. Pipe down already. No, come on! Taiga, look! Here! It's Hibari! Yeah, so it is. What about her? Ugh, you don't get it. Hibari's right here! With us! We get to say good morning to her at the crack of dawn. Isn't that super cool? He's oddly obsessed with her. Barely met her. Give her some space. Isurugi gave me a look that screamed, "The hell do I care?" and then turned back to Yagami. Heaving a sigh, he rubbed his eyes. Duh. She's living here now. Of course we get to say hi. Now would you turn it down already? I'm dead freaking tired, thanks. Yes, it is unusual to see you awake and about at this hour. Did you pull an all-nighter, perhaps? Yeah, pretty much. Got to talking with a buddy on the phone and lost track of time. Well, that's not good for you. You have to get lots of sleep and then wake up early and eat a hearty breakfast. You're not going to have energy otherwise. What are you, my mom now? I never was a big fan of breakfast. Stop talking about me like I'm not here. Now you're getting all pouty now. Everyone's like better friends because they've been living here for a month. Yagami was still clutching my shoulders. I looked around, desperately hunting for an excuse to escape. Entirely by accident, my eyes met Mayuzumi's. Hibari, are you hungry? Let's go have some breakfast. Oh right, breakfast. Ichiya put a whole ton of effort into cooking this morning. Let's chow down. What? Hey, don't push me. Ugh, I already feel too full. It's like the morning stomach feels ill. Ichiya, look, we brought Hibari. You don't have to announce that every time. Ah, hang on, I'll be there in a sec. Here, have a seat next to me. Am I gonna have any opportunity to get a word in? Hey there, Hibari. Morning. It's great to see your lovely face so early in the morning. You look as beautiful as ever. Good morning. You must have been awfully tired yesterday. Dinner just didn't taste the same without your shining presence. But you just met? What do you mean shining presence? But here you are this morning. Thank you. I'm so happy to see you, really. It makes my whole day better knowing you can now sample my cooking. I'm not sure what your preferences are just yet, but I put all my cooking expertise into this meal. And all of my love, of course. I made this breakfast just for you, and I hope you'll enjoy it. It's strange. For some reason, just listening to Mitsumori talk drains me physically and mentally. Like lathering it on thick. Ichiya, you're creeping her out, you know. Haha! Oh, you got it all wrong, Taiga. She's just hiding her blush, that's all. Hey, I'm hungry. Ichiya, is my breakfast ready yet? I'd like my usual fruit and yogurt parfait as well, please. Hey, you two do know there's a priority list here, right? And where do you think your place is on it, Yeah, about that. I don't need nothing. Just give me my veggie smoothie. The waiter. Get it yourself! I'm so sorry about this, Hibari. They're just jealous. See, I'm the only one here who knows how to cook worth a damn. But you, of course, are the highest priority. Now, would you like some eggs, sunny side up, over easy, or maybe an omelet? I'll make you whatever you'd like. I want sunny side up, with the yolks good and runny. Didn't I say wasn't talking to you, Nayuta? He doesn't care. Ichiya, where's my coffee? The kettle of has hot water in it. Help yourself. Just backs away. Huh? Yo, where's the stuff I need to make my smoothie? I can't even find the shaker. Taiga, one of these days I'm gonna get you to quit leaving your crap on the counter. I put that stuff away in one of the kitchen cabinets. Wait, forget that. Hibari, how do you like your eggs? Wait, Hibari's gone. Yeah, she took off a minute ago. Didn't you notice? Now, where's my veggie smoothie? Oh no, he's like, gong. It's an anime reaction. Okay, I'll get it myself. You said the stuff's in the cabinets, right? Oh, he skipped breakfast. They have very overbearing personalities. Miss Hibari, have you finished your breakfast already? I'm going to school. Bring the car around. Yes, miss. The exhausted look on my face must have tipped Kasuga off, as he quickly and quietly followed my orders. Is it gonna be like this every day? I slumped my back in the seat, my empty stomach grumbling in protest. Nope. And it's been utter chaos ever since then. Really, it's been such a disaster. Why, even this morning, all of them were making a fuss about smoothies. Gotta rant to her friend. My, that sounds horribly trying. I still don't want to believe it. Marriage fraud, gambling addiction, a kept man, and a walking debt generator. All four of those suitors were gold diggers. I just knew it. The mere thought of them having to talk to them again made my blood boil. Stab. Hibari, please! The poor fried shrimp did nothing wrong. And then there's that stupid old vulture. Choose which one you like, he says. Well, I don't want any of them. What do you think about that, Stabbing her food. Only she just wishes she could stab them. Also, nice fancy plays. Is this at the school? Man, when I went to all-girls school, we did not have fancy eating area like this. We had like vending machines. We didn't even have like a cafeteria. Oh no, the defenseless little shrimp. Tsumugi put her hands together in a short prayer for the savaged remains of my lunch, then turned to me with a curious expression. The more I hear of your exploits, the stranger and stranger it sounds. What's so strange about it? One of them could technically become the husband of the Tojo family's next head. Why would your grandfather choose a pack of scandal magnets? Yeah, like why? I wondered about that too. What is his reasons? Maybe they're secretly actually high-profile men. I don't know. Was he honestly trying to marry me off while I was still in high school? If so, why would he pick socially subpar men like them? But after thinking about it for hours, I still had no clue what grandfather was up to. I'm sure he's just using my misery as a source of entertainment. Are you certain of that? I'm aware that your grandfather has, well-developed sense of humor, but he has never acted in poor taste. I'm sure there must be some reasonable purpose behind this. Unfortunately, I can't guess at what that purpose might be. I knew what Tsumugi was trying to say. I didn't honestly believe that grandfather was just messing with me to entertain myself, and entertain himself either. And too much is at stake. But it was just... You're biased, Tsumugi. You get along with grandfather. And he seems particularly fond of you, too. Your grandfather has been very kind to me, yes. But that's entirely because I'm your friend, Madame Hibari. It's not just that. What then? Do you mean how he said that I remind him of your grandmother when she was young? I'm afraid I can't say how true that might be. Grandfather likes a traditionally beautiful kind of girl. I'm sure he wishes he had a proper woman like you for a grandchild. Tsumugi smiled wryly at the sulky tone in my voice. That isn't true, Miss Hibari. Despite his prickly demeanor, you and I both know that he cares very deeply for you. No, he doesn't. I nearly shouted, my hands clenching into fists. Why would he do something this horrible for someone he actually cares for? Tsumugi noticed my trembling fists and said nothing. She simply gave me an ambiguous smile. I had nothing more to say either, so I simply turned back to my lunch. Or turned back to my lunch, rather. This is awkward. I started to regret my earlier outbursts as I attempted to eat my mauled chunks of fried shrimp on my plate. You getting fried shrimp here? Although I can't really eat shrimp, but... yeah. The best I could get was in grade school. You get like pizza. Pizza for hot lunch. High school, just had vending machines or whatever you brought to school. By the way, Hibari, I must admit there's something about your 4 suitors that has left me highly concerned. Once we both finished our meals, Tsumugi once again broached the subject. Her voice was serious, solemn. I straightened my posture and gave her my full attention. After a heavy pause, she said, Tell me, Hibari, which one is your type? Oh, then she wants those kind of deets. We barely know them. What? I finally understood what rendered speechless meant. I felt like I'd been struck silent more in at least 24 hours than I had in my entire life. Why would you ask that, Tsumugi? She's obviously like ranting and raving about how she hates all of them. From what I saw of them at the front gate, each one of them were handsome in their own ways. And not only that, all 4 of them proposed to you. And now you're all living together under the same roof. Which one of the 4 princes will capture the princess's heart? It's as if you become the protagonist of a real-life otome game. I swallowed hard, Tsumugi's sudden rapid-fire gushing, taking me entirely by surprise. Tsumugi, didn't you just say that a moment ago that they were, and I quote, scandal magnets? Oh, yes, I did indeed, but their seedy past and their proposals are different things. No, they're not. This is the perfect opportunity for my darling Hibari to finally level up. Level up. Indeed. You nearly have it all, Madame Hibari. Beauty, intelligence, and 120 bonus for adorable personality. But there's one thing you lack, I'm afraid. A sense of romance. It's only by experiencing a wonderful and exciting romance that a young girl is able to blossom into a beautiful butterfly, you know? How easygoing, I guess? What about the dangers? There's a lot of dangerous men out there. Gotta be careful. And if you're stuck living together with them anyway, why not experiment a little and enjoy a sweet romance or two? Tsumugi looked at me, a bright smile on her face, but I was speechless yet again. I'd say I wanted to avoid dealing with those men. How did that turn into a discussion about sweet romance? Tsumugi could be a mysterious best friend. But if I did something like that, wouldn't I be playing right into their hands? Oh no. Once you had your fun, simply dump them. That'll be a neat solution to all your problems. Tsumugi, are you some sort of man-eater? Dump them? I kid, of course. Mostly. Only mostly. But really, if we were to come up with a plan for you, we need information first. Why not try being friendly with them? If just to see what you can learn. Information, Indeed. In fact, if it goes well, we might even be able to discover what it is your grandfather is truly up to in all this commotion. He has a point. The background sheets I had been giving yesterday had only a few snippets of the most basic information. Kasuga would never present me with anything so sloppily prepared, if he could help it. But it was possible that the amount of information he could give me was being restricted. And if that was the case, Tsumugi was right. If I was going to learn anything about those men, I'd have to find out myself. But the risk. I looked up, and for some reason, Tsumugi had a creepy little smirk on her face. Tsumugi. She blinked, and the smirk quickly transformed into her usual cute smile. Never mind, it's nothing. Do you want to see your friend, flail around trying to date all these weird men? I swear, dear Hibari, I wasn't enjoying the sight of you wavering at the thought of romance, and I certainly wasn't gonna use the idea for a new doujinshi font. Girl. You writing doujins? she's like the audience. Probably the Otomo game audience. They're pretending to be all basic and sweet, but deep down is just smut. Sabugi? Oh ho 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 ho. Seriously, if it wasn't for that one hobby of hers. I sighed heavily, slumping helplessly in my seat again. Well, I guess that's her friend's secret hobby. That's a fanfic writer. Welcome home, Miss Hibari. I'm home. As always, Kasuga held out his hand, and as always, I gave him my bag. It was a small daily ritual, but that's what made it so comforting. As soon as they take a single step inside the door, I'll be deep in enemy territory. Is something the matter, miss? Did something happen at school, perhaps? It's nothing. My expression was undoubtedly grim. Kasuga looked like he wanted to say something, but he simply opened the door for me. Hello. Right away. Aha, Hibari! You're finally home. Were you just waiting at the door, waiting for her to come back from school, you freak? The minutes felt like hours, and the hours felt like days as I waited for you to drift back into our temple of love. Nope. Oh no, she just slammed the door in his face. I would too, to be honest. You're just trying to get in, you're I gotta take off my shoes, just sit down for a bit, and then that is just in your face. Miss Hibari, I understand how you must feel, but please, try to stay calm. Kazuya is just gonna be with us for life. He's gonna be please, Miss Hibari, take your blood pressure medication. Kasuga, remove that person immediately. Miss Hibari. I know. I took a deep breath, steeled myself for the onslaught, and opened the door once again. Look at the music, it's just kind of like... the little sexy saxophone here. Oh, whew! You startled me for a minute. I pined for you so much I thought your arrival was just a hallucination. A chill shivered down my spine, but I stood my ground and plastered a pleasant smile on my face. Well, pleasant-ish. The smile is more like a grimace. Ha ha! Let me guess, you're overwhelmed too? Ah, I knew it. When I was the first one to greet you upon your return, you were overcome with emotion. I'm honored. Hang in there, me. With enough self-discipline, I can endure this. But really, if we're to come up with any plan, we need information first. Why not try being friendly with them just to see what you can learn? Tsumugi had it right. No matter how much he made me feel like vomiting, I had to try to be friendly enough to learn about him. Mitsumori. No, you don't have to say anything. I understand. Huh? You must have ached for me so very much while we were apart. Don't be shy. Come, throw yourself into my arms. Is that a dawning blush I see? Or perhaps... was it not a welcome home hug that you wished for? But a kiss? I just can't! And again, I just ran away. What even was the point of all that then? I ran to my room and slumped over, disappointed with my weakness. I thought I'd steel myself, but when faced with the enemy, I just turned and ran. Embarrassing. I see, you tried to take matters into your own hands to learn about your opponents. Though it seems this attempt failed quite spectacularly. Drop it. Knowing your enemy is important, Miss Hibari, but right now I think it's more important to know yourself. Oh? Yes, first and foremost, you've never attempted to proactively get to know another person, is that correct? Well, Kasuga was right. Given my family status, many people tried to get to know me, but I never made that effort in return. I'd only become friends with Tsumugi because she'd initiated our relationship. I simply went along with it. It's like if she never texted her, it'd be like the relationship would just go bye-bye. It seems raising you so carefully has backfired on us, Miss Hibari. It's left you a tad insular. A tad shy. Don't think I didn't catch that remark. I'm not particularly shy, thank you. I stand corrected. Well then, what preliminary plans do you have to become acquainted with your suitors? Well, I'm going to try to flee from them as infrequently as possible, and, perhaps even talk to them a little more often. A very timid approach, I must confess. By the way, what sort of subjects do you plan to talk to them about? I had no idea. How could I? I didn't even want to talk to them to begin with. Kasuga grinned wryly when he saw me slump over. This situation was already difficult for you. Attempting to push forward without a concrete plan of action was, of course, doomed to failure. Then what am I supposed to do? A good question. Considering what I know of you as a person, Miss Hibari, I do have one idea that I'd strongly recommend. Kasuga smiled at me again. Interviews. It'd fit well with her personality, I guess. She would be able to interrogate them. They say that marriage is akin to a job after all. Accordingly, your suitors are effectively interviewing for employment in the Tojo family, with benefits. And applying for a job always involves an interview. Inform them that you require it. Make them conform to our way of doing things. Rather than being meek and defensive, I believe it would be far more on brand for you to simply interrogate them at your leisure, Miss Hibari. He was right. Trust Kasuga to know me better than I knew myself. That could just work. It was time to say goodbye to the spineless girl who fled from the advances of the enemy. You're not even love interest, is the enemy. As of now, I'd become a hard-nosed interrogator. Kasuga, make preparations immediately. I'm going to hold interviews. I flashed Kasuga my most confident smile, and he bowed gracefully in return. As you wish, miss. Accordingly, individual interviews will be held in precisely 1 hour. Wow, not giving them that much time to prepare. I guess an hour. A lot more than just like coming down and just being like, sup? What? I made a haughty declaration after dinner. It is necessary that I learn who each of you are as men. After all, you have no right to refuse. Consider this part of your duty as my suitors. Whoa, seriously, babe? Interviews? We ain't here to get a job, you know. If you refuse to participate, you'll be removed as a potential suitor. That's final. Oh, and please be sure to arrive in the appropriate attire. Am I clear? Making it a formal thing. This will be a formal interview. Now then, I will summon each of you when it's your turn. Until then, use your free time wisely. Have a pleasant evening. All 4 of them were stunned. Stunned! But the real surprise is yet to come. I went straight back to my room and started getting myself ready. Will this do? Yes, I think this will do very nicely. Oh, butler. Pardon me, Miss Hibari. How fares your preparations? Oh, okay. We got the sexy interview lady. Where'd you get those heels, girl? Miss? Your outfit. Also glasses. I told them it would be a formal interview, so it's only proper that I dress the part as well. Now it seems like, now we're just role-playing here. Some of them might be into that. You're far more into this than I expected. Well, do I look like a proper interviewer? Miss, this is extremely difficult for me to say, but... You're going overboard. What? Why? What's wrong with it? Personally, I think it's perfect. Prioritizing form over function is a bad habit of yours. You merely cosplaying the part, that's all. But this feels so much more appropriate. A student's appropriate formal wear is their school uniform. Might we compromise on that? That's like a Japanese thing, I feel like. I would not go around outside of school in my school uniform. If I could help it. Like different outfits for that. Miss Hibari. Alright. Guess it's less costly though, just have your school uniform be your formal wear. One outfit for everything. I grudgingly changed into my school uniform as instructed. Though thinking on it, maybe I had taken things a teensy bit too far with my previous idea. Thank goodness he stopped me. Meeting those men had seemingly thrown me further off my stride than I realized. Alright, back on track. I am me. They cannot change that. I have to get a grip. With perfect timing, Kasuga appeared right as I finished my personal pep talk. Shall I be off, miss? We have 5 minutes until the first scheduled interview. I put on my best business face and deployed to the interview room with the resolve of a soldier. Oh geez, I'm really getting real nervous right now. Oh, I get to see him in a suit. So soon, in a suit. Oh. Like, he doesn't even have a tie. Guess it's its own, his own, fashion. Relax, Nayuta. There's nothing to be serious about. Be yourself and that will be enough. So why is it I get the impression you don't sincerely mean that? Hell, I'm shocked she's really going through this interview crap. I mean, what's the point? There's Suzanne. Again, no tie on tie, guys. Just like way casual. He looks like a Yakuza. He looks like a delinquent. Also, that belt buckle. I guess that's his style. Again, Ichiya is like the most normal looking one. What's wrong with it? Spin it the right way and this could be just the chance we were looking for. We just got handed the opportunity to sit and talk with Hibari one-on-one. Alone, it's perfect. I'll be able to show her my full array of irresistible charms. Must be nice to have a head full of nothing but sunshine and rainbows all the time. Sheesh. Everyone, your attention please. The interviews will now begin. Please come forward as you are called. Alright, here we go. Who should I call up first? I flip through the papers in my hand, ultimately deciding on a certain set. The suitor I would call... Okay. Well, we're gonna have to go through all of them anyway, so... We'll just, I guess, oldest one first, the top one first. Alright, Ichiya Mitsumori. One of the most overbearing ones. Back to the saxophone. Hey Hibari, thanks so much for picking me. I've really been looking forward to spending some undivided quality time together with you. Leave. Like the music just like, just cut it off. But, where do you think you are? A host club? I told you this is a formal interview. Sorry, can we try this again from the start? After a moment, I gave him a curt nod. Mitsumori cleared his throat and straightened his shoulders, adopting a much more formal posture. Pardon me, miss. My name is Ichiya Mitsumori. Thank you for seeing me today. So he can actually be formal if he wants to be. Please, have a seat. Thank you. Now then, let's get to business. First of all... wait, whoa, slow down. I mean, could you please slow down a moment, miss? I would really appreciate it if we could maybe tone down the formality just a bit, please. Otherwise, my best charms, otherwise it'd be difficult to express what kind of man I really am. Well, I guess he did have something of a point. I nodded. Alright, I'll permit a slightly more casual attitude. Whew. Now then, first of all, tell me, what prompted you to apply as a possible candidate for marriage into the Tojo family? The pathetic relief on Mitsumori's face vanished and was quickly replaced with a bright, confident expression. I guess my question was surprisingly inspiring. If I had to pick a single reason, I'd say it was fate. The moment I was given this opportunity, I felt conviction in my soul like dawn breaking after night. It was as if the gods were whispering in my ear. Yes, I was living a prophecy of love, written before I was born. I did not hesitate. I won't sit idly by when such a rare opportunity descends from the heavens. And when I met you, I knew that prophecy was destined to blossom into reality. The fates have decreed it. Hibari, I... Thank you. On to my next question. No, wait. I'm just getting to the good part. 1 more minute, please. No, that was more than sufficient. Now my next question. You could talk for hours if you wanted to. Mitsumori slumped in dejection for a moment, but then quickly adjusted his posture. I suppose he was determined to remain serious the entire time. Go ahead, please. Ask me anything you want. He was talented at flip-flopping, if nothing else. Tell me what you hope to find in a marriage, and in a marriage partner. Excellent question with a simple answer. Love. Nothing more, nothing less. More than that to be an heir to like a giant family though. Like, what do you have to bring to the table, sir? We admittedly met under somewhat unusual circumstances, but if we do take this relationship all the way to its climax, I want love to be the primary motivator. I want to love the one whose destiny chose to share their life with me, and I want to be loved in return, that's all. If that fated person was you, Hibari, I believe our love would be a marvel for the world to aspire to. You aren't going to laugh at me for being a hopeless romantic, are you? No. I knew it! Our hearts are on the same wavelength. But I believe you that your ideals don't reflect reality. Oh, yeah, right. 2 totally different things. I think it's great for a girl to be, realistic like that and stuff. Yeah. I don't know, he's falling apart. The Tojo family won't sit idly by while you spend your life chasing dreams. I didn't let that thought surface on my face. I moved on. Next question. How would it benefit me to choose you as my groom over any of my other suitors? What can you offer me that they can't? Now that's a difficult question. Can I take it that as assurance that you can't think of anything in particular? No. I'm saying that no matter which way we look at this, I'm the one getting the most out of the relationship. I presume he means the most in a monetarily sense. I mean, just having someone as wonderful and amazing as you for a wife would make me the luckiest man on earth. You're incredible in every way. Anything I could contribute to our partnership would pale in comparison to your inborn perfection. The most this humble man can do is swear he'll love you more than any living thing. My adoration will be deeper than the seas, more dizzying than the highest peaks. Hibari? Wow, I am utterly unmoved by that performance. So much so, I almost feel sorry for him. I see. Thank you for answering my question. Oh, sure. I know that wasn't the answer he wanted to hear, but to be honest, everything that came out of Mitsumori's mouth left me at a loss about how to react. I put that thought behind me and brought up the question I was most eager to have answered. This will be somewhat a personal question. I understand that in your past you perpetrated a marriage fraud. Whoa, hold it! You've got the wrong idea there. I never committed marriage fraud, not really. It was only cited as alleged fraud. So you say you were never convicted, but you admit that you did indeed do something that was uncomfortably close to what most considered fraud. You used marriage as bait to almost, but not quite, deceive a woman in some way. No, it really was all a misunderstanding. You have to believe me, I'm not a snake. It's true some of my actions gave people the impression that I was involved in a sham, But looks can deceive. Then you say that the alleged victim was lying about you. I guess what I'm saying is that I don't want to implicate a woman of a crime, no matter what the circumstances might be. I'm sorry. I'd rather not talk about that if you don't mind. The incident left a wound on my heart that is still tender and bleeding. I can tell you this, though. I haven't done anything that would ever embarrass you. I swear. I don't think he's being insincere, but he's asking me to trust him without offering any kind of explanation. That seems like a big ask. Someday the day may come for me to pour my heart out to you, and I swear I'll tell you everything. But for now, could I please beg your forgiveness? All right. You believe me? I will defer judgment until I have more information. Oh, sure. Go ahead, that makes sense. Given his reaction, I don't think I'll be able to wring anything else out of him today. I should probably wrap things up. Finally, do you have any questions for me? Mitsumori brightened again, giving me a little smile and a wink. I'd love to know what your type is. Ugh, why was he even like this? I mean, Sabuki was the same way. It was like he believed it was his duty to flirt with a woman at every waking moment. Personally, I thought he should just move to Italy and submerge himself in love. I had enough of his shenanigans already. No comment. What do you think of a man who's good at cooking? I have other great talents too. Mitsumori. This interview is over. Please leave. Yes, ma'am. Ugh, I'm so tired. The beginnings of a headache throbbed in my brain. I sighed heavily and rubbed my temple, and it was only the first one. The next suitor I called up was, oh boy, Taiga. Let me drink some water for you, sir. With the gravelly voice. Alright, Taiga, it's Rugi. Man, you seriously going through this crap? Ugh, what a pain in the butt. Isurugi sauntered in looking supremely bored, pulling up a chair and flopping graciously into it. His attitude was unprofessional, to say the least. I did not give you permission to sit yet, and if you don't fix that attitude, I'll dock you points. Ha! Trust a rich chick to play house like she means it. You women really do love that game, no matter how old you get. Well, whatever. I guess I'll play along. But make it quick, would ya? What's with this condescending attitude? He was acting like a parent humoring a sulky child. I cleared my throat, reined in my annoyance, and organized my thoughts. The interview. No, the battle had just begun. First of all, tell me what prompted you to apply for the chance to marry into the Tojo family. No big reason. If I had to pick something, guess it sounded cool at the time? Yeah, I was real bored one day and it seemed like marrying into an old, powerful family could be kind of fun. Yeah, sure. How utterly frivolous. That flippant reason was bad enough, but the way he simply up and said it without a care in the world left me at a loss for words. There's that look again. Gonna dock me more points. I was just giving you an honest answer, you know. He's toying with me. I could hear the laughter in his voice and it irritated me to no end, but I told myself to let it slide. Next question. What is it that you look for in a marriage? And in a potential marriage partner? Charm. Sexy charm. Well, that was a quick answer. I don't think Hibari has it in her. She's only in high school. Why is he? Nope. Okay, it was just pause. Okay. I was like, wait, did I like push a button to make the dialogue go faster? He's just being spiteful. I couldn't stop myself from grimacing. Yusurugi saw my face twist and he broke out in laughter. You've got the best reactions, babe. Does your fancy school teach you how to make those weird-ass faces? I cannot believe you. I'm kidding. God, it was just a joke. Be nice to have a partner who nails sexy and charming. If it can't happen, though, oh well, no big loss. If two people have fun hanging out and being together, what's the point in bothering with the marriage crap, you know? Seems pointless. Is that how you see it? He was clearly a difficult person to get a grasp on. At first he presents himself as a trash talker, but then he comes out and says something that's almost wise. He just does so in the most crude way possible. Not that I'm going to let him get away with insulting me like he did earlier. Oops. I'm like mashing the A button too fast. Now the next question. What sort of benefit do you think you could provide for me as your partner if I chose you over the other suitors? Let me flip that back on you, babe. What would I get out of marrying you? Not like I can simply say wealth. Don't answer a question with a question. I'm the one doing the interview here. Uh-huh. That was an awkward retort, and he knew it. I could see a confident smile slide across his face. What? Nothing. Oh, yeah. I don't see you getting much of anything special out of marrying me, babe. But you know, if we're in love, who cares? When two people are happy being together, what's any of the rest of that formal crap matter? He's so difficult to deal with. I decided to pull out my trump card before the confused fog that was seeping into my head could trip me up. Thank you for your answer. Now the next question is a slightly more personal in nature, but... Yeah, sure, whatever. Ask away. I'm gonna wipe that smug grin off your face. If you insist. As you may know, we took the liberty of doing a background check on you, and we discovered that you're a bit of a gambling addict. What, they told you I'm a gambler? Now I gotcha. So you say that background report is false? Nope. I do like me a good bet. Remember when I introduced myself? I said my favorite motto was come back home run, and I mean it. There's just something incredible about dreaming big, and about betting your whole life on a roll of the dice. The risk just calls out to a man's soul, you know. I certainly was going to smile and nod when he was rambling on about the joys of gambling with a gleam in his eye. Not when he was a suitor to the Tojo family. Out of curiosity, in the unlikely event that you are chosen as my groom, would you give up your gambling habit once we're married? I don't know, babe. Maybe not. A real man doesn't forsake his dreams with a single promise. Though, you know, if you begged me with tears in your eyes, I might think about it. Why must he be so nauseatingly condescending? I bit back my annoyance and set my teeth together instead of responding. I knew he was deliberately trying to make me mad, and I refused to rise to his bait. I wasn't going to give him the pleasure. Finally, you may ask me any question you have. Don't really have any. Oh, wait, there's one. Was there any point to this dumb interview? The smirk on Isurugi's face clearly declared, I know that answer already, and I felt my teeth grind together. Let's just say it was extraordinarily enlightening. Ah, good to hear, babe. Isurugi smirked one more time, then sauntered out of the room. Ugh, he drives me crazy. If this wasn't an enclosed room, I would have screamed. It took several minutes of deep breathing before I felt calm enough to hold a neutral expression. Poor thing. I'm oddly flippant about this whole, like, marrying a rich heiress. Alright, third one, Shion Mayuzumi. Good day. I'm Shion Mayuzumi. It's a pleasure. Very calm music in the background. Mayuzumi smiled beautifully at me and swept his body into an elegant bow. Please, have a seat. Thank you. He sat down with swan-like grace. Nicely done. He's actually making a decent showing. Haha, this is surprisingly fun. Oh, my apologies. I expected I'd never need to undergo an interview in my life. So this is a rather refreshing experience for me. He's like never held a job in his life. This seems like an unconventional interview. But if it's the way you wish to do things, Hibari, I'll do my best to go along with it. Interviews were a necessary part of getting a job. Saying you never intended to undergo one was bold. Perhaps I shouldn't have judged him on his stellar manners alone. I straightened up and refocused myself. Now then, let's begin the interview. Oh, but if we were to chat together for a bit, maybe we ought to have some tea and snacks. Shall I ask your butler to bring some? He just wants this to be a casual hangout. No, thank you. This is not a tea party. And understand that we are not chatting. I'll be asking you questions and you answer them. Am I clear? All right. If that's how you wish to do things, I suppose. Please go right ahead. I pretended not to notice the disappointment in his voice and moved on. He's like, oh man, I wanted some tea. I wanted some tea and cookies. First question, please tell me what prompted you to apply for a chance to marry into the Tojo family. I'm not here because I wanted to marry into the family. I just wanted to meet you, Hibari. I thought that perhaps you might require my presence. Me require your presence? Correct. I blinked, caught off guard by his strange statement. Why would he think that? I don't particularly need you at all right now, to be honest. Oh? Having met you, I think I would compliment you very nicely. Mayuzumi's words sounded considerate, but they had a distinct air of arrogance around them. I couldn't tell if he knew what I was thinking, but he gave me an almost sickeningly beautiful smile as he awaited my next question. This is like just all rehearsed for him. I think for now I'll reserve judgment. What do you hope to have in a marriage and in a potential marriage partner? Beauty, I suppose. In both of us. Beauty? What do you mean by that? Beauty in the context of physical appearance? I won't say that it isn't part of it, but there are so many things I find beautiful that have nothing to do with outward appearance. For most people, the heart can be just as lovely as the body. The way we think, the way we live our lives. So many things about a person can be beautiful. I just think of like, this world isn't perfect. I wish to wipe away the impurities and make it as beautiful as me. So to you, beauty is a means of measuring a person's value. That seems awfully vague. Oh? I think it's rather simple, really. All that matters about something or someone is whether or not I think it's beautiful. Am I just biased against my suitors, or was that a statement as every bit conceited as it sounded? You said you look for beauty in both partners. Do you believe that the partner's view of beauty is irrelevant? Oh, then tell me, Hibari, what sort of things do you consider beautiful? I'd love to know. How am I supposed to answer that? First and foremost, I still didn't truly understand his vague definition of beauty. It's getting kind of philosophical here. I think my idea of beauty is fairly traditional. That's all I managed for him after a brief internal struggle. I quickly moved on to the next question before he could formulate a follow-up remark. Anyway, should it so happen that you are chosen as my groom, what sort of benefits would you bring to the marriage that the other suitors can't offer? Why, the right to call me yours. He's kind of full of himself. How much self-confidence does it require to keep a straight face while saying something like that out loud? If possible, could I ask you to give me a more specific answer? I try to keep exasperation from seeping into my voice as I asked for clarification. My Izumi simply smiled at me. You'll get to have me at your side as long as you like, as often as you like. That's the greatest, most enviable benefit that our marriage will offer. I was getting the distinct impression that he had an immensely high opinion of himself. I remained stoic as I prepared to drag his skeletons out of the closet. Now, this is extraordinarily difficult to bring up, but I've heard that you've spent a considerable amount of time as an kept man. Kept? How do you mean? He looked honestly confused. After a second, I remembered that he lived abroad until recently. Kept as in, a person who doesn't work for themselves, but instead has someone else provide them with food, clothing, a place to live, money, and so forth. Did he have like a bunch of sugar mamas before this? He's like, did he just like up and leave them? I never expected to have to explain the term kept man to someone who actually lived as one. I glanced awkwardly at my Izumi. His brow furrowed, and he gave a short sigh. Kept man is not a very beautiful term, is it? Yes, I have had several patrons in my life, but we're all still on friendly terms, too. But they asked me to be with them because they chose to enjoy my company. He's like, he feels less like a man, more like a pet or like a zoo animal that you just like keep to admire. And they gave me gifts because they wanted to, as well. I could hardly refuse them when they said they selected those presents just for me. It would be rude. Well, yeah, I guess if I gave a present to Tsumugi and she refused it, I would be disappointed. But you're not trying to, like, house Tsumugi. Whoa, that isn't what we're talking about here. He's distracting you. Deflecting. Still, I don't think it's appropriate to have someone else hand you everything while you laze about. But they assured me that I didn't need to do anything. They just wanted to keep them company. I just gave them what they desired. Is that really so bad? This matter wasn't just a quaint difference of values. He lived in a completely different galaxy. And the most incredible thing about it was how he spoke of his sloth like it was the most natural thing in the world. I just can't put up with this any longer. My will to fight was completely drained. I just wanted to get the rest of this nonsense over with as soon as I could. Finally, you may ask me any question you have. Mayuzumi thought for a moment, then gave me a cool smile. What is it you want most right now, Hibari? What would you do if I told you? Nothing. I just want to know. What I wanted most right now? I didn't have to dwell on that question very hard. Peace and quiet. Thank you. This was quite fun. And with that, Mayuzumi exited the room with gracious elegance. I'm glad one of us had fun. I flopped forward onto the table and heaved a heavy sigh. Oh no, the last one. The most energetic one, Nayuta Yagami. the peppy background music. Thank you for having me. I'm Nayuta Yam Gyami. Oh no, can't even say his name right. Actually, his name is Nayuta Yagami. Just walking into the room, he bumped into the door, tripped over his own feet twice, and mispronounced his own name. Please have a seat, Yagami. Yes, ma'am. He walked over to the chair so stiffly, I was surprised his joints didn't creak. He hadn't even gone 2 steps when he tripped over his own feet again. Is he supposed to be like a martial artist? Does he have like any grace? Oh gosh, I'm really sorry. I guess I'm kind of nervous about this. Why don't you just sit down for now? Yes, ma'am. Still stiff as an arthritic grandmother, Yagami made his way to the chair and sat, this time without further incident. It was a small accomplishment, but already I felt myself breathing a sigh of relief. Like, oh, he made it to the chair. Please relax. There's no need to be nervous. Act as you normally do. I can? Wow, Hibari, I knew you were the nicest person ever. Yagami's expression switched from stiff nervousness to dramatic tears in an instant. He didn't appear emotionally stable. It seemed like being around his antics would get exhausting quickly. First, tell me your motive for applying for the chance to marry into the Tojo family. Motive? Yes, your motive. My motive. 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 You needn't think so hard about it. Simply tell me what went through your mind when you made the decision. That will be sufficient. Oh, in that case, I did it because I wanted to protect you, Hibari. You don't even know me. But Yagami blinked in confusion. What do you mean? From what? That's what I wanted to know. Anyway, what I really want to do is protect you, Hibari. I see. Yagami stared at me with a painfully earnest puppy-like gaze, and I slid my eyes away from him. Fighting back a wave of exhaustion, I continued. What do you hope to gain from marriage and your potential marriage partner? Huh? I don't know. I'll be totally happy if I can just, be useful to you and help you out and stuff. That was a nice thing to say, but I could practically visualize question marks popping up above his head. He's not very smart. He's the guy who would eat a tennis ball. Say, for example, we were married. Is there anything you'd like to have or expect me to do for you? I tried rephrasing the question in simpler terms. It must have worked because his eyes began to sparkle. Gave me lots of orders. Excuse me? I'll totally do anything at all. I'd love it if you just keep on ordering me to get more and more stuff done. Is that your kink, bro? Oh, and I'll try as hard as I can, but sometimes I'm just not good at chores. If I mess up, I'd kind of like it if you could, you know, scold me. Lots. Oh god, it's his kink. Okay, what? Alright, now it's devolving very quickly. You can even walk all over me. Step on me. I think I'd like that. You want me to step on you? Oh god. I'm like 20 years old. I thought like he might be like an okay match for Hibari because like the age difference, but man, okay, he's like the freakiest one. Yeah, you can be all like stomp, stomp, stomp if you want. No. Huh? No. It was so important I had to repeat it just to make sure it got through to him. That was not on the table. Oh, he's gonna cry. No, Hibari won't step on him. Yagami's face fell, his shoulders slumped, and his bright smile faded. He looked almost like a kicked puppy, sitting there hunched over with tears pricking the corners of his eyes. I started to feel a little guilty. Wait a minute, why should I feel guilty? I'm not the one who wants to walk on other people. Like, wait, I don't want to hurt you. Leaving the question of, stepping or not stepping on others aside, are you ready to proceed? Oh, sure. I made a point of not looking at Yagami's mournful puppy face as I moved the discussion along. Next question. What do you think you could bring to our relationship if I choose you as a husband over the other suitors? I'd protect you, anytime, anywhere, and from any enemy. Again with this. He's just a dog. He's like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it. I'll be by your side and bark at everyone. He's like, see that man with the strange hat? I'm gonna protect you from him. And like, yeah, looks like dogs get like super wary of like strange people, or like men with hats, or men with hats and beards, or something strange like that. By protecting, do you mean protecting me emotionally, or do you mean you would physically protect me from some outside threat? Not that I feel I currently need protection, to be honest with you. She probably has bodyguards already. Like, huh? You don't? Hibari, do you, not like being protected or something? I didn't say that. Oh, so you like it then? This is not a question of liking or not liking it. I spoke firmly, and again Yagami slumped dejectedly, his enthusiasm deflating like a balloon. I'm sorry, but I can't really do much else besides, you know, put my body on the line for you. You needn't do anything so rash. Okay, I'll put my life on the line for you. That is not the least bit necessary. He's like a dog, just given anime boy form. I rubbed my forehead, and a short sigh escaping me despite my best efforts. By the way, looking through your background report, I noticed that the phrase, walking debt generator popped up in your history. Walking debt generator? Wow, they called me that? Really? It makes me sound like some kind of awesome robot. I think I'm gonna blush. I desperately wanted to shout, "That's not a compliment," at him, but I swallowed the temptation. "Is it true that you're deep in debt then?" "Yep, I am. I have no idea why, though. Keeps getting worse, too. It's really confusing. I don't get it at all." "How did you fall into debt to begin with?" "Well, it started when this nice person sold me a lucky vase. It wound up being a teeny bit more expensive than the price he gave me at first, though." This guy's easily scammed. "Next, I tried to help a person in trouble, but I guess I tried a little too hard because I broke some stuff." I couldn't think of a thing to say to Yagami as he cheerfully recalled the incidents. "And there are lots of others, too. No matter what I did, I always wound up with more debt in the end. It's so weird. I wonder why. I don't get it at all." Yagami gave an embarrassed little chuckle. Honest confusion was written plainly on his face. Just hearing all of that debt had me feeling horribly uneasy. And yet, there he sat, laughing about it. If we chose this route, is it just like us bailing him out? I had to wonder if he was okay. Like, in his head. "Finally, you may ask me any question you might have." "Questions, So I can ask you anything then?" Please don't say step on me. It's gonna be like, "Step on me, mommy." "Anything I am capable of answering." Let's see. Questions. Oh, I know. What should I do right now? Yagami looked at me in excited expectation. I carefully wiped all expression from my face before I spoke. "Please leave the room." "Okay." Why did he sound so happy about that? I just didn't understand him. I had no idea what he wanted or what he was trying to do. "Grandpa, what kind of freak did you put in the house with us?" I sighed again and massaged my temples, hoping to forestall the headache mounting in my skull. With that, every Suitors interview has been conducted. Well done, Miss Hibari. Kasuga's voice was soothing and full of sympathy. I leaned back to look at the ceiling. I didn't say a word. I am so tired. I let Kasuga escort me to my rooms and prepared a pot of tea for me. Slowly, my energy returned. The anger and exasperation I had bottled up during the interviews broke free in a torrent. This is the worst. It is the literal, absolute worst. I thought it'd be bad, but this is unbelievable. With only Kasuga there, I finally relaxed enough to talk about my emotions. I vented like a pressure cooker. Mitsumori is a sexual harassment suit just waiting to happen. If he enters the family, everything will descend into chaos. Itsurugi is a picture-perfect example of a modern-day lazy worker. He has a bad attitude, he condescends, and he has zero respect for society's well-being. Mayuzumi is a subtler kind of wage thief who expects to skate on by his looks alone. A classic problem employee who would just drive his managers to drink. Okay, she's like treating this like a job interview. And Yagami. Yagami is trying, I give him that. But he's just missing something. There's a problem with him at a basic level. A very cheap problem. Aw. He's trying though. If I was their manager, if they were my employees, just the thought of it made me shudder. I utterly refused to hire a single one of them. Kasuga grinned wryly as he watched me shout until my rage-weary body started shaking. I see this has proven to be a good experience for the future when you take your place in upper management. Yes, definitely. I knew finding talented personnel would be a massive problem, but this. And I'm sure I have Miss Kano's bad influence to thank for how thoroughly you played the part. Did you say something? No, miss. Would you like more tea? Wait, Kano. Wait. What was Tsumugi's first name? I forgot. Please. Anyway, the biggest issue I have with those four is their utterly incomprehensible thought process. What on earth possesses a person to? I dove back into my rant, draining all the complaints I'd built up over the day. I only stopped when Kasuga informed me that it was time to go to bed. For the poor butler. I had to listen to her rant. Okay, cleared that. Oh, we have a whiz message. We go live. Oh, okay, Tsumugi Kano. That is her first name. Feeling calmer. Growing a bit more accustomed to living with roommates. Keep in mind that romance can spark through surprise wake-ups. Changing room surprises, shower surprises, and more. We don't want to see them get out of the shower. Like, we don't want that. She's in high school. Make sure you're always prepared. You never know what might happen and when. Oh, okay, I can choose. Alright, I think the guide says... choose I'll be careful. Yeah. I'll be careful. Then this reply. Yes. Okay, I'll be careful. My bedroom and bathroom are on a separate floor already, one that they aren't allowed on. But better safe than sorry, right? I'll ask Kasuga to install some traps to deter invaders in case they get any clever ideas. Thanks, Tsumugi. I knew my best friend had my back. Hibari, you're kidding. Right, Hibari? Hibari? That's it, okay. Okay, I guess this conversation is saved. Alrighty. I'll probably get more later on. Whew, okay, that was exhausting. My poor voice. There's always exhaust my voice. Alright, that's all we got. Kind of like Cupid Parasite, where you have like all these fixer-upper men. It's like, I can fix them. Like very, very strange personalities. Especially Nayuta. Like really, we're gonna have a foot guy here. Kind of reminds me of the character from like In the Doghouse. He's like powerful. He's like strong and powerful, but he just wants some lady to just give him orders, and that's just like makes him the happiest. It's a strange kink. All right, so we'll take a break here. I gotta rest my voice, and we'll continue to the next chapter, Operation Learn to Like Me. Okay, well, I guess maybe the Suitors are launching a counterattack. Like, we already conducted interviews, so it looks like the 4 Suitors are hatching a plan to get to know me better. Let's see, let's save. Yeah. This will do, yeah, I'll just go up from here. Let's go to 98. Alrighty. Well, anywho, I hope you guys are having a fun and relaxing time. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.